All right, hello, football fans, and welcome to the Football Connection. My name is Brock Boyd, and as always, I'm joined by Cody Newhouse.
Hello.
Hey, how you doing today, Cody?
Good.
All right. So it's finally here.
It is.
The NFL playoffs. We have waited all season to lead up to this moment. Greatest teams going against each other for the biggest stage of it all.
That's right.
So today we're going to be talking about the NFC playoff picture. We have at 1 we got New Orleans. Number 2 we got the Rams.
Yep.
Who do we got at number 3?
The Chicago Bears.
That's the Bears. 4 we have
Dallas Cowboys.
Dallas, and then Seattle and
Philadelphia.
Finish off with Philadelphia.
Eagles.
All right. So Saturday we have the Dallas Seattle game. What do you see happening there?
I just kind of see Seattle winning this game.
Okay.
But just barely. Because I trust more of Russell Wilson over Dak Prescott, pretty much at the end of the day.
Right. Well, I mean, there's definitely a lot more of Russell Wilson's been there.
Yes.
He's been there a lot.
Yep.
He's been to the Super Bowl twice.
Yep.
He's been in the playoffs, every year but one?
I think so, yeah.
So, yeah, he's definitely got the experience.
And, his coach is pretty good, too.
His coach is pretty good.
Yeah. He knows what he's doing.
And also, Doug Baldwin's pretty good.
Absolutely.
And Tyler Lockett's pretty good.
I'm willing to say that Mr. Baldwin might be the most underrated receiver in football.
Right now?
Right now, yes.
Okay, yeah.
Because when it's
it.
big time, he shows up.
Yeah, he does.
He shows up.
A lot. So Seattle, they're going to win it. But what happens if Dallas brings that defense that they did to beat New Orleans?
Well, maybe not the defense per se, but if you keep Russell Wilson off the field by running the football,
right.
Maybe 25, 30 times, a bare minimum. Jason Garrett, I hope you heard that. You just have to feed Zeke the ball.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the key for Dallas, really.
I mean, rushing leader.
Yeah. I mean, in play action. Yeah. I mean, Dak, pretty good at play action.
Yeah.
I mean, he's pretty much shown that. So if he can continue to do that, they can continue to do that. And like you said, the defense just stops them when it matters. Yeah. I really fully expect the Cowboys to win if that happens.
So for me, something I think a key to victory for both teams is going to be turnovers. I think whatever team gets the turnover or the most turnovers, I mean, and I know that's in a lot of football games, so it's a very generic thing to say, but I think with this one especially, I think it's going to be so close, like you were saying, that it's going to be a turnover situation. Is Russell Wilson going to fumble that ball? Is Dak's going to throw an interception?
Yeah.
I mean, we're going to see, but I think it's definitely going to be, for me, it's Seattle as well.
Yeah.
I just think that they're an all-around balanced team where Dallas sometimes comes to play and sometimes doesn't.
And they're not really balanced either. Like, they really pick and choose by Dallas. I mean, okay, let's let Dak do it. Right. Or let's let Zeke do it. And then they tend to get one-sided.
Yeah.
They tend to just let Dak try to throw them a win when sometimes, well, most of the time, rather, it's just not necessary.
Yeah.
It's just not necessary. So hopefully they realize, let's keep this very experienced quarterback off the field and let's just give it to Zeke. Let's run the football and see, maybe we can get 90 yards rushing and then, go from there. Because if you could just keep him off the field, man, that's key to success for Dallas to me.
But is there a chance that Seattle could shut Zeke down?
Yeah, there's absolutely a chance that they do that because, it's a Pete Carroll defense. And that man knows defense. Yeah, I would say so. It could be. Well, yeah, it would probably be over, yeah. Because do you really trust Dak Prescott to win you a game?
To make all the throws?
Right. He's made, regular season-wise, he's made some key throws and to win some good games. Right. But the playoffs, we all know, it's not the same.
It's not.
It's just not the same.
It's not the same. And you always hear people say, well, it's like starting the season over. No, it's the greatest teams that year.
Yes, and if you lose, it's done.
Yeah.
This isn't like basketball or baseball. This is, you lose, you're going home. So, to me, the number one key for Dallas, again, though, is just run the football, time of possession, keep Russell Wilson off the field.
Okay. All right. So then Sunday night.
Yes.
Sunday night game, we have Chicago and Philly.
Yeah.
Now
we do.
Now, I think everybody's going into this one assuming Chicago's going to win.
Mm-hmm.
They've got that amazing defense.
Yep, home field.
Mitch Trubisky's playing lights out.
Mm-hmm.
Jordan Howard's great.
Yep.
I just think that
underrated player, by the way.
Yeah. And speaking of Jordan Howard, he's been in the league for a few years now.
Yep.
I drafted him in fantasy his rookie year, and so I've kind of had my eye on him, since the beginning. But you're right, you don't hear his name when you hear top running backs.
You don't.
Somehow you still hear Dalvin Cook.
Yeah, who can't. No offense to him, but can't stay on the field.
Yeah, which is his fault. But
right.
You got Jordan Howard, who's durable. He's been in the league for years, and he's playing.
And wonderful. He's versatile too.
Yeah.
I mean, they use him in the passing game, and he has catches.
Yeah.
And he can make people miss. And he's got a little underrated power too. It's not like it takes just one guy to get him down.
Right.
Not that I've seen, anyways.
Right.
Unfortunately for my Eagles, if that's not obvious with what team I would want to win this game at this point.
So what does Philly need to do?
We need to be. I'm sorry. They need to be balanced.
Yeah.
You have to run the ball. Nick Foles is good with play action, read pass option. Maybe not so much of that because this defense, like we pointed out, is good.
Right.
And especially if we're one-dimensional, Nick Foles is in trouble.
Yeah.
I mean, it's simple as that. He's in trouble. And he's already hurt, supposedly with bruised ribs as well. So that's not a good sign. So let's hope we can get some balance going. Let's just run the football by whoever it is. If it's Darren Sproles, Nick Clement, it does not matter.
Right.
We have to find balance there because that opens up those big plays that's been working for Nick Foles the last couple weeks or so now.
Yeah, but that's also one of the hardest lines to run against.
Absolutely,
and especially with that linebacker core.
Absolutely,
Danny Trevathan is going to get in there.
And it's not like Khalil Mack just. I mean, obviously he's the best pass rusher in football, but he's a Pro Bowler at defensive end and linebacker.
Yeah.
So I mean, he can play both sides.
And he'll pull the ball right out of your arms.
And not even care.
Yeah.
So I mean, Can we just say something about Khalil Mack and what he's done for that entire organization?
Oh,
just showing up. It's just they've done a complete transformation.
Yeah.
I don't know what their record was, Chicago, offhand last year.
Right.
But they clearly weren't in the playoffs.
Yeah.
And here they are hosting a playoff game a year later. And they haven't even had Khalil Mack for an entire full calendar year yet.
Right.
And look what he's done.
No, Khalil Mack was the turning point.
Absolutely.
Well, because obviously there's the pieces there on offense to score points.
Yeah.
And Trubisky doing amazing. Matt Nagy coming in. I mean that coach is just doing his thing.
Mm-hmm.
But getting Khalil Mack in there, that's essentially getting Von Miller on your team.
Yeah. I mean, we could argue on who's better out of those two, but we could do that some other time.
Which we will.
Yeah.
Which we have a whole off season to talk about things, so that'll definitely be
for sure.
Topics we bring up. But I mean, but it is that equivalent. Von Miller's a bigger name. You know who Von Miller is. Von Miller.
He's a champion.
Is arguably the best pass rusher in the league right now.
Yeah.
But Khalil Mack is a freight train.
Yes.
Where Von Miller is quick and elusive, and he'll get to that quarterback fast and he'll strip it. Khalil Mack's just going to run everyone over in his way, and that's what's impressive. And so, I don't know. If Nick Foles is not getting that ball out quick, either by running it, or passing in under 2 seconds, it's going to be pretty
also
rough.
Though I think that Doug Peterson and the staff in Philly does really well with preparation.
Okay.
So I fully expect not Khalil Mack to make an immediate impact in the game because I fully expect that offensive line to be looking for that man at all times, which
Yeah.
So I fully expect him not to make an impact immediately because, we're probably going to send a running back to chip him or double him, whatever, but we got to do something.
I don't know what running. I can't send Darren Sproles to chip him.
No, that wouldn't be the best idea
for him. Brick wall. So I think we're all in agreement. I personally, I don't know. I like Philly, but I want to see Chicago get there. It's been a while. Philly has just had it.
Yeah.
So just won a Super Bowl. It'd be awesome to see that. Nick Foles magic again, taking them all the way, because that'd just be a cool storyline.
And then it puts Philly in a terrible quarterback situation, but anyway.
Here's another side note about Khalil Mack, though. Okay, it's going to be kind of an off-topic thing. Chicago Bears go win a Super Bowl. All right. John Gruden, is he in trouble? And would Khalil Mack have made such an impact with the Raiders that he did with the Bears?
Well, I think with once he was first traded, and then when Derek Carr found out and he tweeted about it, saying, this is they're getting a good guy and all this and that and whatever. But then you had, other people, like through anonymous sources, being reported that locker room was, quote, devastated that he left.
Well,
devastated.
Sure. Yeah.
Devastated. So that shows you how much of an impact that he made just in that locker room.
Right.
So I think not necessarily John Gruden's job's by any means in danger, but does it make him look bad? Yes, it does. I think it already has.
Right. Because
it already has.
Amari Cooper in the playoffs.
Yeah.
And you got Khalil Mack
Both
in the playoffs.
Both of the guys you traded are hosting playoff games.
Yeah.
So.
And have made huge impacts.
Yeah.
Since Amari Cooper's been there.
Yeah.
He's made huge impacts. So it's going to be an interesting NFC playoff picture.
Absolutely, yeah.
Let's say Dallas wins. They go on to play New Orleans. Who do you got there?
I think we've talked about this before, not recorded or whatever,
right.
But I just don't see Dallas being able to stop New Orleans 2 times in one season. On top of that, going to New Orleans and having to face that animal that is that crowd,
right.
I just don't see that happening. I definitely, well, you know what? Yeah, I'll go ahead and say it. I definitely think it would be a blowout if that happens.
So it'd be a reverse of their season game, essentially their regular season.
Well, worse. I would say probably like a 35, 34 to 17.
Yeah.
I mean, handily beating them. Handily.
Well, and especially you got to throw in that experience again.
Yeah.
It's just a team that's been there. Even Alvin Kamara's been there.
Yeah.
In the playoffs. So and I know technically Dax and Ezekiel have 2.
Yeah.
But that was another one and done. So
yeah, and then they would have, if they were to win, that would be another playoff win for them.
Right.
But does that really matter? No, I don't. Not when you're going into their building, their first home playoff game in New Orleans in a little bit.
Yeah.
So I mean,
and a team that knows how you beat them before and isn't going to let that happen again.
Exactly right.
No way is Sean Payton going to let that happen.
No, Drew Brees wouldn't either.
Yeah, not Drew Brees. So let's say Seattle. Seattle wins. They go to play New Orleans.
Yeah, they would be the lowest seed, right? Yeah.
So a little harder.
I think just because you're dealing with 2 coaching staffs that have been there.
Yeah. 2
but,
quarterbacks that have been there.
Yep.
Both Super Bowl champs.
Yep. But I don't see Seattle winning that either.
Yeah.
I just don't see it because Seattle sometimes gets a little stagnant on their offensive end, so you have to get in the end zone against New Orleans. You can't get field goals against that team because it's just not going to do you any good.
Yeah.
So you have to score the touchdowns, and I don't think Seattle can do that consistently.
Right.
So I think that's maybe another 35-17 score. Okay. Honestly, because I just don't see Seattle having enough firepower to keep up with them.
So New Orleans getting past divisional round.
Oh, for sure.
No matter what.
Yeah,
okay.
For sure.
So we also have the Philly-Chicago game. Chicago goes to play the Rams.
See, and that we haven't seen McVay coach against a team that he's lost to at this stage this before. Yeah. So I think he would pull all the bells and whistles, seeing how when they went to Chicago it didn't go too good for him.
Yeah.
But
but they're going to LA.
Right. So being in LA helps.
Yeah.
Warm weather helps.
Yeah.
But it's LA, so you never hit or miss with that really. But if there is a team left in this NFC besides New Orleans, take them out of there. If there is a team that could handle the Rams, it is the Bears, though.
Especially with that defense.
With that defense, man, how do you contain Khalil Mack?
I don't know. How did Philly do it?
We were not going to. That's just it.
But how Philly beat the Rams, right?
We did.
So
Ironically, that's when Nick Foles came in this year, just like last year. But
so let's say Philly pulls an upset.
Okay.
They go play the Rams. Are we looking at the same thing?
I say, just matchup-wise, for some reason, there is a confidence level with that offense against that defense.
Yeah.
Philly's offense against the Rams defense. So, honestly, I think they could do it. I think they could beat them absolutely.
So the Rams aren't safe.
No, they're not. I think out of all the top 4 seeds in the playoffs, both sides, I think they have the hardest road depending on matchup.
That's fair. That's absolutely fair. And it looks like New Orleans probably has the easiest ride into there until that NFC conference game.
Yeah, depending on who it is, right.
I mean, because if Chicago gets there, Chicago could beat New Orleans.
They could.
I mean, I get it's in the dome. It's going to make things really hard.
Yeah, but, it's playoffs. Yeah. Anything can happen.
Anything can happen.
Yeah.
Well, all right. So, yeah, that's going to wrap it up for the NFC picture. We got Saturday and Sunday coming up. Of course, next week we're going to talk about the results.
Yep.
See, what our thoughts are for the next round of playoff games. So we definitely appreciate you taking the time to listen. If you enjoyed everything that you heard, or you want to let us know what you think, please leave a comment in the comment section below. Also, hit the subscribe button and the bell so that you can get our content as it comes out. So, Cody, thank you so much.
Thank you.
I enjoyed it, and we are going to see you next time on the Football Connection.